The 25 best Oculus Quest 2 games according to Upload VR, and this is updated through August 2021. So let's just go ahead and look into them. We're going to read over the list, give y'all some in-depth insights and just what we think, and maybe some honorable mentions and stuff towards the end of the list. So if you like Quest 2 content and much more VR, hit us up as we teach tech, streaming, gaming, and more. And thank you so much for over 230,000 followers on TikTok, our expanding community on Twitch and here on YouTube. A subscribe does mean the world to help the algorithm, and just trying to build a community with you and I as we're trying to get into the Quest 2 essentials and just furthering our experiences in education, knowledge, and just Quest 2, it's VR, man. We know VR is on the come up and well on the takeover. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're gonna read over it and we're just gonna give some in-depth details. So we love doing these. These are fun. We're gonna read over some articles and let's get it, man. So the 25 best Oculus Quest 2 games as far as all the way through just 2 days ago, man. So let's check it out. Number 25, carved snowboarding. Just like any other sports, you with no way to track your feet, you lose a lot of context needed to really feel like you're actually hitting the slopes. But car snowboarding quickly became one of the best Oculus Quest games with heart-stopping tricks and an incredibly satisfying sense of speed. So carved snowboarding is 25. I myself would like to try that out. I've personally never played that game, so I want to check that out for sure. Cosmo Dread is 24. Love Cosmo Dread. I've said this plenty of times on our TikTok, so this is an amazing game. Hands Up Heroes, who was brave enough to tackle the Cosmo Dread, because we'll warn you now, this one doesn't pull its punches. The developer Tread Halls returns to expand the original actual generated horror game. Love it, man. Just Dread Halls was an absolute classic, and so Cosmo Dread being at 24, well deserved. Let's keep moving on to the list. Red Matter, number 23. Vertigo Robot puts immersion above all else, making for an experience you can truly lose yourself in. Red Matter isn't just the best looking game on the platform, it's also one of the very best Oculus Quest games and best Quest 2 games. Definitely an opinionated aspect on this article, but Red Matter at 23. 22, In Death Unchained. You'll fight your way through with either a bow or crossbow, dodging incoming fire from enemy archers and attempting to put down monsters before they reach you. So 22, In Death Unchained. Like that game, very solid. Would it be in my top 25? Potentially, depending. Let's keep moving down this list. Let's keep seeing Five Nights at Freddy's. That's actually a very low number at 21. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, come on, man. Like, this game is incredible. So it just at 21, it's a little bit lower. So let's just keep going. 20, I Expected to Die 2. I like that. I Expected to Die 1 was incredible. It was frustratingly amazing. So I Expected to Die 2 obviously is just with just its recent release, it goes number 20 on the list. I wouldn't say that the sequel wasn't living up to its potential, but I mean, either way, they're both amazing games. 19, Star Wars Vader Immortal Trilogy. So I like that, kind of like well, they're all like shorter Essence games. So Star Wars at number 19. Let's keep it moving. Larcenauts. We talked about this in our last video, cheap plug. Larcenauts is the heroic game coming in at number 18. Wow, I think these games are kind of low on the list right now, so this is very surprising right now. I want to keep seeing what's actually at the top. Larcenauts is the heroic game, similar to Overwatch, and we just a hero game where you just team up, and it can be very complex, and it had a slow start, but now I think that this is incredible. Let's just see where it goes. That seems like it might be well placed. Walkabout Mini Golf, that's actually really funny. A great game. Coming at number 17. This takes all the boxes. Plenty, of course, extensive multiplayer support, different themes for each level, above all, pinpoint physics, mini golf, walkabout. Sniper Elite VR, like it at number 16. Okay, we're looking at some things. This actually had, I think Larcenauts and Sniper Elite VR had very, very slow launches, but they eventually added the content, but it knocked off their hype. See, when games have it in a weird launch, it kind of hard to really bring itself back up. But Sniper Elite is awesome. It still has that profound experience, that prolific aspect that it always brought to the essential foundational title. Until You Fall is at number 15. A stylish and effortlessly cool roguelike that tackles runs a randomized dungeon and starting fresh every time you die. A fast-moving progression system. And if you're looking for a VR game to revisit time and time again, look no further. Until You Fall. Until You Fall is actually really incredible. I really love Until You Fall. The graphics on there are amazing. The Room VR. Okay, number 14, I'll give them that. A puzzling game for sure. What makes The Room VR as a commitment is the platform it's appearing on. Just a bunch of puzzles, as well as a well-served traditional screen. Each and every one has been thoughtfully invented with VR at its core. So when it comes down to point and click, explorer games, and more, puzzling games is always cool. It's very high for a puzzling game, but it is pretty. It's a legendary game. Population 1 coming at number 13 with the Fortnite of VR. That's all I need to say. If you haven't played Population 1, get yourself into it. But it is costly, so just make sure you understand like what you're getting yourself into. 12 is Moss. Okay, Moss is a handful of 2018 games that proved the third-person VR experience don't just work, but the absolute best content. So third-person VR is can be opinionated at time. I think that it can contradict itself, but it also is pretty solid. Mechanically refined, Moss's real claim to fame is bond you build with Quill over the course of the adventure, playing as a larger companion, a tiny protagonist. You really start to connect with her as you work together, overcoming obstacles. So yeah, Moss at 12, that's pretty high also. But remember, these are games that are proclaimed to be potentially just all the way up until this summer. So an actual Quest 2 games. We're not going through App Lab right now. 11 is Table Tennis. That's a fun game, but I mean, table tennis explains itself, right? VR table tennis is dope. Township Tale at 10. I like that placement, although a later release. Still love this at number 10. A top 10 should be Township Tale for sure, as far as a Quest 2 actual in the store. So yeah, fair warning when it comes to Township Tale. This game is categorically unfinished. I mean, that literally developers still plugging away and adding new components, but Township Tale is incredible. And Township is just legendary. And, you know, I love Township Tale, especially for all ages and just to enjoy the scenery. It's awesome. Number 9 is Beat Saber. Already probably not going to agree with that, but we will keep pushing off this list. Beat Saber is Beat Saber. The iconic, the ironic, the amazing. When you think VR, you think of lights and music and everything, and Beat Saber gives you just that at the best rate ever. Fisherman's Tale at number 8. You solve intricate scale-based puzzles in which you work with yourself. The best puzzles utilize a miniature model of a lighthouse that the game set in. Never played Fisherman's Tale, but number 8 is pretty high. Onward, number 7, well-deserved. Onward's the tactical. It plays close attention to realism, making it a game that can be hard to get grips with, but absolutely rewarding to master. For that reason, it's one of the best Oculus Quest games. Number 7 is Onward. I mean, Onward. Pavlov was official. Of course, we're always replacing Onward with Pavlov, but Onward is an official actual Quest game. So, yeah. Ghost Giant at number 6. Hyde Stoffel, take on depression. Smartly communicated through this. The medium of this game uses intimacy, scale, and connection, engaging in ways that brings you closer to the world and characters around you. All told, I have read a lot about Ghost Giants. I have not done it, but dope. Super fresh that it builds on the mentality and stuff. Pistol Whip at 5. Pistol Whip higher than Beat Saber is actually pretty surprising. That's pretty insane, by the way. Pistol Whip at number 5, though, of course. Maybe the new kid on the block with our money. Pistol Whip's key to influence not just the VR sales, but also super high and most prominently John Wick. So it's music, super high, Matrix appeal, ducking and dodging, and more. Man, Pistol Whip is dope. It is dope. Love it. Echo VR is number 4. And when I first touched Echo VR, I was like, yes, this is the game that I really want. So Echo VR is just for free. I still can't believe that game is free, by the way. Demio. I actually was just watching other people playing this online. I haven't personally played it myself, but I just watch people play it all the time. I feel like I've already known the whole game just by watching people play. You know how you just watch people play games like so much, and you just like, oh, I already know what this is all about. And you kind of just plug in every other game. But I obviously will be looking into getting into it soon. But it comes in at number 3. And you pick a class and tackle randomly generated dungeons with the games. I mean, it's an RPG game, so I'm not a huge RPG gamer, but you got to be very patient with these. It's a lot of grinding. So Demio is already cemented as one of the best Oculus games, but more content on the way, including new dungeons and features. Super hot at number 2. Well deserved. I keep saying this game is the best game, probably the best game in VR. I think this super hot just defines VR in general. We said this in our last video also, just Matrix appeal and more appeal. It's incredible. I mean, everything like the actual polygons, the white rooms, like that looks like an alternative universe in there already. And so it's dope. I really like it. Like the non-facial aspects, it just gives you a weird reality that actually feels like an ultimate virtual reality. So endurance, accessible design that instantly picks up on professional slickness, and then just all the movements, last minute grab guns or grabbing items and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Number one is The Walking Dead. Yeah, I'll take it because that I said this last video clearly. When you watched our last video, I said two things clearly. I don't like Beat Saber being that low, by the way, but it's whatever. I guess because it's only a one and done type game. It's more of an entry level, get the people intrigued fast. But I said this before, the only people that are carrying VR and being mainstream right now, hands down, is Walking Dead and Beat Saber. So I call that dramatically, and just here it is, Walking Dead. It's a zombie game. It's not just a wave-based horror game. It actually has a lot throughout the campaign. The story mode, it's a grind, so you got to really get immersed into that story mode. I love it. Obviously for the overall and for the graphics and for everything, it is very expensive. It's the most expensive game on the Quest 2 actual store market. But I said this already, like what I said, foundationally, Quest 2 games that are only putting it in an actual mainstream is Walking Dead due to its name and its prominence in the television world and just its sleek gameplay and the overall campaign. It gives it an experience, and it actually gives it a gameplay and like a shooting range type of appeal. So it's like an experience, an activity, and a game all in one, which makes it amazing, which is why it's number one. And Beat Saber also foundationally brings people in through its correlation of just having mixed reality and more. So Walking Dead and Beat Saber for sure are really just holding down Quest 2 right now and keeping it very mainstream for whatever mainstream popularity it does have. But it will have more soon. But yeah, I agree with that, number one. So yeah, this is a great list, actually. I've already said throughout the list what I thought. I don't really have like any honorable mentions. I'm pretty sure some people are going to have an honorable mention. But I think for the most part, this is a very solid list. Cosmo Dread, I feel, is a little low. But very great. Got some horror games in here, puzzles, RPGs, some activities. I think sport mode should be in here. I would have to say probably on my honorable mention would be sport mode for the most part. That game is actually really cool. And Stride. Stride might have to take somebody's place. So sport mode and Stride will probably be one most. Comment what you think what game should be on here. And I appreciate you all so much. If y'all do like content like this, hit us up with a subscribe. Y'all have a good one. And peace.